How are you all? Yes, but I'm also fine. And now let me proceed with our lecture. We have started with the term the types of data, types of data. And while studying with the term types of data, we have learned that the data is classified into two types. Data, it was being classified into two types of data. चलो मुझे बताओ मैडम data was being classified into two types. What was the first one, bro? Reply करो मुझे बेटा first one. The first type of data, bro, it was being called to be as raw data. Very good, bro. Very good. First type of data, bro, it was being called to be as raw data, bro. Whereas, bro, the second type of data, bro, it was being called to be as correct, bro. Very good. It was being called to be as frequency distribution data, bro. Correct, bro. Very good. Out of which raw data cannot be further classified. Out of which raw data it cannot be further classified. But the frequency distribution data, it can be further classified into how many types? Correct, two types. Yes, very good. Correct. One is called to be as ungrouped data with frequency. Ungrouped data with frequency. And second one is called to be as second one is called to be as group data, out of which ungrouped data with frequency cannot be further classified. But the group data it can be further classified in two types. Correct. Very good. And that two types were continuous data and a discrete data. Correct, but very good. And now answer my simple question, student. Tell me, raw data is called to be as yes, raw data. It is very good, Priya. Ungrouped data. Correct, Utkarsha. Very good. Yes, Yukti. Correct. Very good. Now, yes, it is being called to be as ungrouped data. Ungrouped data, or it is called to be as individual observation data. Very good. Perfect. Further, you answered the number of times the observation which is getting repeated. The number of times. Very good, Adrian. Very good, Kusum, Savio. Correct, bro. Very good. It is being called to be as frequency. Thanks, ungroup data with frequency. Ungroup data with frequency is also called to be as. Alright, very good. Very good. Perfect. It is called to be as discrete data. Called to be as discrete data. Next, continuous type of data is called to be as. Very good. It is called to be as exclusive type of data. Correct. And it is also called to be as overlapping data. Last lecture, everything was explained by giving the proper reasons. By giving the proper reasons. And now we'll complete with the last type, last type of data, which is been which has been called to be as a discrete data, which has been called to be as a discrete data. And further, you can see over the screen, over your screen, a discrete type of data. तो लोग बड़ा zoom करके check कर सकते हो. Discrete type of data, it is being called to be as inclusive data. It is being called to be as inclusive data, or it is called to be as non-overlapping data. I repeat once again, discrete data is called to be as inclusive data. It is called to be as inclusive data, or it is called to be as non-overlapping data. And now, when you see the marks which are being given in the form of class intervals to be as 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39 and 40 to 49. चलो मुझे फटाफट आंसर्स दो बड़ो. पहला, फॉर ईच ऑफ द क्लास इंटरवल्स बड़ो मुझे बताओ फटाफट व्हाट आर द लोअर लिमिट्स बड़ो. व्हाट आर द लोअर लिमिट्स बड़ो. जल्दी जल्दी आंसर दो, जल्दी जल्दी आंसर दो फटाफट. ऑल बड़ा हर एक क्लास इंटरवल का मुझे तुम लोग को बड़ा लोअर लिमिट्स बताने सबका बड़ा. क्रिश. Correct. Very good, bro. Perfect. The answer is what? 10, 20, 30, 40. अब चलो मुझे फटाफट बताओ हर एक क्लास इंटरवल्स का बड़ा मुझे अपर लिमिट बताओ बड़ा. Correct, bro. It is 19, 29, 39, 49, bro. And now, yes, to the point, bro. To the point. है ना. सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन बड़ा. सर, why such type of data it is being called to be as a discrete data. Why it is being called to be as a discrete data. The answer to that question is in this type of data, since the upper limit of the first class interval and the lower limit of the second class intervals, they are not the same. upper limit of the first class interval and the lower limit of the second class interval, since they are not the same, and not only in first and second, not only in first and second, since the upper limit and a lower limit of the consecutive class intervals, they are not the same. They are not the same. Because of that reason, such type of data is called to be as a discrete data. Such type of data, it is been called to be as a discrete data. It is been called to be as a discrete data. And now, moving towards the next point, answer my simple questions. Suppose if I want to record 46 marks, 46 marks, it will be recorded in the class of, it will be recorded in the class of, correct, very good. Suppose if the student has scored 33 marks, very good, correct, 32, 39. If the student has scored 23 marks, good, correct, very good. And suppose if the student has scored 16 marks, 16, correct, very good. Okay. And now, सब लोग बराबर ध्यान से सुनो. If the student has scored 20 marks, 20, 20 marks, so it will be recorded in, it will be recorded in, बोलो बेटा फटाफट. 20 marks, but it will be recorded in, very good, but it will be recorded in 20 to 29. अच्छा बेटा 29 marks अगर मिले तो, very good. That means you have recorded beta both the marks in the same class. अच्छा last 30 marks अगर बेटा मिलते तो 30, 30 बेटा 30. Very good, double. Perfect, Madhav. Very good. And बेटा 39 marks मिलते तो, oh that's good बेटा. इसका मतलब यहाँ पे तुम लोग देख सकते हो बेटा कि in this type of data बेटा, in this type of data बेटा, both the values बेटा, they are being included बेटा. Both the values बेटा, they are being included बेटा. That is the lower limit as well as बेटा the upper limit. And since बेटा such type of data बेटा, such type of data बेटा, it includes both the limits. That type of data, it includes both the limits, which is being called to be as the lower limit and upper limit, lower limit and upper limit. Because of that reason, because of that reason, such type of data, such type of data, it is being called to be as It is being called to be as inclusive data. It is called to be as inclusive data because it includes both. It includes both lower limit as well as upper limit. And now there comes another doubt asking the question, yes, sir, why it is being called to be as non-overlapping data? Why it is being called to be as non-overlapping data? So answer to that question is in this given type of data, the upper limit of the first class interval and the lower limit of the second class interval, it does not get coincide.
पढ़ाई के
It
लिए
does
मेहनत तो सब करते हैं, लेकिन स्मार्ट स्टडी कौन करता है? प्री एग्जाम ऐप के साथ बनाइए अपनी तैयारी सुपर स्मार्ट। प्री एग्जाम ऐप देता है वाइड रेंज के एग्जाम्स की तैयारी, जैसे जी, नीट, कैट, सीए फाउंडेशन, सीएस सीट, बैंकिंग, रेलवे, एसएससी, एमबीए एंट्रेंस, एसवाईजेसी, कॉम, टीवाईबी कॉम और भी बहुत कुछ। चैप्टर वाइज टेस्ट्स एंड मॉक टेस्ट्स, डिटेल्ड परफॉर्मेंस एनालिसिस, और अब तैयारी होगी एकदम परफेक्ट। कहीं भी कभी भी पढ़ाई करें और एक विशाल क्वेश्चन बैंक आपकी तैयारी को बनाए आसान। इंस्टेंट इवैल्यूएशन से तुरंत जानिए अपनी परफॉर्मेंस और पाएं पर्सनलाइज्ड फीडबैक। तो अब देरी किस बात की? प्री एग्जाम ऐप डाउनलोड करें और अपने नाम से रजिस्टर्ड करें और एक विशाल क्वेश्चन बैंक बिल्कुल फ्री और अपनी सफलता की कहानी लिखें। लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है। प्री एग्जाम ऐप स्मार्ट तैयारी का साथी।
it does not get coincide. It does not comes one over the each other. It does not comes one over the each other. And because of that reason, such type of data, such type of data is called to be as the type of data is called to be as non-overlapping data is called to be as non-overlapping data. And now immediately but there comes a doubt asking the question that sir, while solving with the sums, if we come across with a discrete type of data, so by keeping this given data as it is, whether we can solve the sum, whether it is possible to solve that given sum. So answer to that question is no. Answer to that question is no. While solving with the sum, if we come across with a discrete type of data, so in that case, it is compulsory. We will have to convert a discrete data into a continuous data. We'll have to convert a discrete data into a continuous data. Continuous data. And for that, there is a very simple procedure. You have to subtract 0.5 from the lower limit and you have to add zero point 0.5 to the upper limit. Subtracting the 0.5 from the lower limit and adding zero point 0.5 to upper limit. So by doing this, we can convert any discrete type of data. We can convert any discrete type of data into a continuous data ये तुम लोग बड़ा याद रखना by subtracting 0.5 from the lower limit and adding 0.5 to upper limit, we can convert a discrete data into a continuous data. एक बार तुम लोग बड़ा चेक करके देखो for all these class intervals 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49 हर एक क्लास इंटरवल में से जब तुम लोग 0.5 को लोअर लिमिट में से सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे एंड 0.5 को अपर लिमिट में ऐड करोगे, चेक करो तुम लोग को ये गिवन डेटा कंटिन्यूस फॉर्म में मिलेगा. कंटिन्यूस फॉर्म में मिलेगा. एंड अगेन देयर विल बी अ क्वेश्चन मार्क कि सर ये कंटिन्यूस फॉर्म में कैसे हुआ. तो आंसर इज वेरी सिंपल. व्हेन यू विल सी द अपर लिमिट and the lower limit of the consecutive class intervals. So in that case, the upper limit and the lower limit of the consecutive class intervals, they are going to be the same. Therefore, it is called to be as continuous data. And now, question answers. Question answers. बताओ discrete type of data is also called to be as dash. पहले सब लोग ध्यान से ऑप्शन सुनो. ऑप्शंस ए, it is inclusive data. B, it is a non-overlapping data. C, it is both A and B. D, it is none of the above. Correct. Sanjay, Shivam, Sanjay, you made a mistake, but Shivam, Jabda, you made a mistake. The answer to that is it is option C. It is the option C. And now, after completing this, let me proceed further with the next term, which has been called to be as midpoint. But if possible, everyone be ready with your calculators. Calculators but will be required over here. Calculators. Chalo. Now, when we are going to start with the new term, but it is a new term, data and the types of data it gets over. Data and types of data it gets over. And let me start with the new term, which has been called to be as midpoint, which has been called to be as midpoint, midpoint. So, but you can write down somewhere. Midpoint is also called to be as a mid value. Midpoint is also called to be as mid value, or it is also called to be as class mark. It is also called to be as class mark by midpoint बोलो, mid value बोलो, या फिर बेटा उसे class mark बोलो. It is all exactly one or the same. It is all exactly one or the same. And now, when we talk about this term midpoint, so but in that case we should know what is this midpoint is. So midpoint is defined to be as the average. It is defined to be as the average of the lower limit and upper limit of the specified class interval of the specified class interval. Now, when I am using the word specified means जिस क्लास इंटरवल का हम लोग को मिड पॉइंट फाइंड करना है उसी का ही लोअर लिमिट एंड उसी का ही अपर लिमिट फाइंड करके हम लोग को उसका मिड पॉइंट लियो या उसका मिड पॉइंट या फिर उसका क्लास मार्क कैलकुलेट करना है. तो सबसे पहली बात ये क्लियर कर लो कि हमें जो मिड पॉइंट या फिर मिड वैल्यू या फिर जो क्लास मार्क फाइंड करना है वो हमेशा हमें क्लास इंटरवल का फाइंड करना है. We want to find the midpoint or the mid value or the class mark of a class interval. And in the notes, you can see that if you want to find a midpoint, so there is a formula. There is a formula for finding a midpoint. And that formula is midpoint is equal to midpoint is equal to lower limit. Midpoint is equal to the lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Divided by 2. बड़ा ये कोई नई बात नहीं है. हम लोग ने बेटा स्कूल डेज में भी ये पढ़ा था. In school days, somewhere in 9th, 10th standard, we have studied the formula for the midpoint. The midpoint is equal to lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. And now everyone better be ready. If you want, you can make the use of calculators. And now answer. First, forward 70 to 80. The class interval is 70 to 80. बेटा by using the formula मुझे बताओ what is the midpoint? Correct, बेटा. Very good. Next one. With respect to 120 to 140. 120 to 140. What is the midpoint? Correct, beta. Very good. Very good. Chalo. Next. Next. Suppose if the class interval is from 60 to 69. करेक्ट बेटा, वेरी गुड। अब मुझे बताओ, इफ इट इज फ्रॉम 110 to 129, 110 to 129, very good बेटा। Next, next, if it is, बेटा, if it is 59.5 to 69.5, 59.5 to 69.5, correct बेटा, very good। 99.5 to 110.5, okay बेटा, very good, चलो perfect बेटा। And now over your screen बेटा, you can see that I have taken the बेटा different examples बेटा। Example number one, which is there on your screen बेटा, you can see that बेटा a class intervals are taken as 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 बेटा। And by using the formula of midpoint बेटा, you got the answers as 15, 25, 35. Second, example number two, the class intervals, they have been taken to be as 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to